Welcome to InfoHub. Our top stories. Police Commissioner quashes rumors that the prison escapee sought medical attention at the Skeldon Hospital. He also said that fugitive Stafford Alexander is likely to have been shot in a confrontation with the joint services. Minister Trotman exploring release of the full ExxonMobil contract, and more students graduate from YEST. These stories and more when we return. Thanks for staying with us. We begin by bringing you breaking news from a late afternoon press conference held by Minister of Public Security Kemraj Ramjatan and Commissioner of Police Silal Prasad. The commissioner quashed rumors that the prison escapees sought medical attention at the Skeldon Hospital. He said these reports are false and that the person who sought medical attention for a gunshot wound was not a fugitive, and it was a result of an accidental discharge of a firearm by an official from GRA. The commissioner did, however, confirm reports that there was a confrontation with the joint services and fugitive Stafford Alexander in the Port Morant backlands. The joint services engaged Alexander and discharged rounds. He is believed to have been injured as blood was seen in the area where he was hiding out. The joint services are closing in on him in the area. Minister Ramjatan in the meantime said that the government will seek supplementary funding for the expenses incurred following the Georgetown prison fire, and it is anticipated that the bill will exceed $500 million. We will have a detailed report on our website. Now to other news. Tiffany Rhodes tells us that the government is reviewing legislation preventing full disclosure of the oil contract.
Minister Raphael Trotman explained to citizens last night that the 1997 amendment to the Petroleum Act currently prevents the government from releasing the full contract the previous administration signed with oil giant Exxon.
Section 4 of the Petroleum Act does put some restraints on government releasing the contract. The legislation is under review as we speak, and I believe that in due course we will make a determination on that.
Minister Trotman assured that the coalition government is considering all aspects of the release of the contract. Last night, citizens made a case to the minister on the contract the government signed with Exxon during a public outreach at Marion Academy. The meeting was part of the GYEITI Secretariat's mandate to educate the public on the importance and benefits of joining the extractive industry's transparency initiative. Guyana is hoping that by October it will be the 53rd country to be voluntarily adhering to the principles of the EITI.
Even though this is a voluntary initiative, the benefits are manifold. The benefits perhaps are not always seen, but just knowing that we are a member or even taking up membership puts us in good stead in terms of our ability to attract investment.
The EITI principles encourage transparency and accountability in the extractive industries. Guyana will submit its application for membership to EITI in August. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
Minister Dawn Hastings-Williams is impressed by the operation of the Higgs-Bosch landfill site. Sonika Thorne was with the minister on a site visit and has more.
Minister Hastings-Williams said that she is happy with the operation of the Higgs-Bosch sanitary landfill site. A new tire and wood shredder has been installed.
Just witnessed the operation of the wood shredder and the operation of the tire shredder, which I think is a very good idea that will help in reducing the volume of the waste that comes in through tires and these pieces of wood. And what I'm also happy about is that they're going to use the waste that they produce from wood and leaves to build a compost. I just see the pilot project that they have, which will enrich agricultural activities.
While the staff is equipped with the necessary safety gears, the minister said that proper systems need to be put in place to ensure their well-being. Site manager Lloyd Staton explains that a number of works are ongoing to ensure that the site is operating at minimum standards. He said that phase 1 of developmental works will be completed in September.
This is what we call phase 1. We had a chaotic situation when we had the last contractor removed. We had a big fire, and I think some of you guys would have known about the fire. Now, the first phase is to get from that confusing state to bring back the landfill to somewhat normalcy, what I would call a controlled dumping setting. We have successfully completed that. The phase would have included clearing all unwanted garbage from around the site, getting it to cell 1, compacting it and covering it. If you would have observed when you went at the back, the only open area is the active phase that the bulldozers are working on. The rest of the pile is compacted and covered. So we would have successfully completed phase 1, which is scheduled to end sometime September. And in phase 2, we'll see the reinstatement of the roads, the buildings, and we hope to reinstate. What we used to do is education for the pickers and the staff. We would bring various personnel to deal with things like anger management, help them to develop their entrepreneurial skills, teach them to save and these kind of things. We're hoping to get that back in phase 2.
The US $20 million IDB-funded Higgs-Bosch landfill program catered for the closing of the outdated and inefficient Leroy-Pentier solid waste disposal site in Georgetown. The privately operated landfill site serves both the city and surrounding East Bank Demerara neighborhoods. Seneca Thorne for InfoHub.
As the Green Agenda moves apace, more primary school students are set to benefit from the Ministry of Communities' Green Generation Guyana project. PRO Danielle Campbell spoke to me about this initiative.
The Green Generation Guyana project is an awareness program that was developed with the aim of encouraging school-age children to adopt safe waste management practices. We believe that children are one of the main conduits of lifestyle changes and promoting behavioral change, hence the reason that we targeted the children at the primary school level.
The project was launched in August 2016 by Minister Dawn Hastings Williams at 3 summer camps along the Linden-Soosdyke Highway.
We have taken the program to over 2,000 students in 20-something primary schools in 7 of the municipalities. So as school reopens in September, we're hoping to continue these activities in the 2 remaining municipalities, which is the Mabaruma Town Council and the Anna Regina Town Council.
The children learned the adoption of safe waste management and waste management concepts.
We also distribute 2 color-coded bins, which we have labeled with organic and inorganic labels, and we would teach them concepts of waste separation, reuse, recycling, and rethink.
The next phase of this project begins in October 2017. Approximately 10,000 persons are currently benefiting from the Public Assistance Program, Director of Services Wentworth Tanner told InfoHub.
In an exclusive interview with InfoHub, Tanner explained that there are 3 categories the Ministry of Social Protection Program caters for: the permanently disabled, medical reasons, or economic hardships. The unit is working to ensure that children are able to attend school under this program.
But it's not a situation where we're giving to everyone, but those persons who are most needy, to ensure that the children get the opportunity to attend school regularly, because as we know, education is a basis or one of the fundamental reasons why persons are able to climb out of poverty.
Only persons who meet the criteria and are in need of the funds receive government's assistance.
The criteria, it's means tested first and foremost. So we check, there's going to be a home visit. We check your source of income, and we also require you to get a letter from the school stating that this child's been attending school or not attending school, of course. And then the officer does a social investigation. A report is prepared. It goes before a local board of guardians, which is basically a board made up of persons from within the community. They adjudicate on it, and the assistance is provided that you satisfy those criteria that I've set up.
Budget 2017 for social services was increased by 50%. Effective January 1 this year, the Ministry of Social Protection's public assistance was increased from $6,500 to $7,500. Zenil Williams for InfoHub.
Before we look at what's happening in sports, we tell you that another batch of YEST participants graduated. More from Zenil Williams.
223 students today graduated at the Kurukuru Training College. Permanent Secretary Melissa Tucker noted that their drive to improve their lives is commendable.
It is unfortunate, however, that 35 did not display the same kind of discipline that you demonstrated and which have brought you success. I told the graduating class at Sophia last week that the most important gift parents can give their children, or that a country can give to its citizen, is education. I also made reference to the world-renowned leader Nelson Mandela, who said that education is the most powerful weapon.
The PS told the students to continue learning new things in their respective fields and to encourage others to apply so they can also benefit from the program. InfoHub spoke to some of the most outstanding students.
Well, it was very challenging, hard at first because you had to get grooving because we have people from all 10 administrative regions. It was very kind of difficult, but we made it in the grooving, had to make it to the end. As you all know, the race is not for the swift, but to enjoy it to the end. And for those out there who is continue studying, education is the only way to success and is the best policy because without education you can't go nowhere.
I must say there were a lot of challenges, too many to mention, but I mean you have to work in order to earn. So I worked through the challenges and I'm successful now. I'm grateful to my parents for encouraging me to be here and further my studies, and I'm sure this won't end here, but I have a lot more in which I need to do to further my studies.
First time I came here, I didn't know how to sew. I only know how to hand sew, but I couldn't operate a machine. So then I learned from my teacher, Miss Leola Rodriguez. She taught me a lot, and she encouraged me to stay because the first day I came here, I cried to go home. But I like the place and I make a lot of friends. It was nice, and some people think it's a bad place, but when you think about it, the people living here, the staff, everybody, instill rules on you. If you follow it, it shows you how steps in life you could live. Because if you don't have manners and respect, you can't go nowhere in life.
This year marks the 17th year of the Youth Entrepreneurial Skills Training Program at KKTC. Zenil Williams for InfoHub.
It's Friday, so it's time for Tamika Garnett and Sports Hub. Welcome to Sports Hub. Guyana has a new national record in the men's 400 meters after Olympian Winston George clocked 45.16 seconds last Saturday at the Alliam Pompey Invitational at the Lenore track. He raised his previous mark of 45.25 seconds. With the Alliam Pompey Invitational concluded, the next big meet is the Boyson Jefford Classic, which will be held in Linden. The Noble House Indoor Hockey Championships ended last Saturday, with wins for GCC Vintage and Pizza Hut GCC Ladies. Vintage pulled off a 10-8 upset over Bounty GCC, while the Pizza Hut ladies took down Saints girls 16-12. In table tennis, Guyana arrived in Cuba on Tuesday for the Senior Caribbean Table Tennis Tournament, and the girls' team made it all the way to the semifinals, where they faced off against Cuba, but lost. The girls had much to cheer about, however, after securing wins against Martinique and Puerto Rico. It was a tougher time for the Guyana boys after a ranking mix-up in their category. Moving to squash, the Digicel Senior National Squash Championship served off on Tuesday, with the world-ranked women's player Nicolette Fernandez playing in both the women's and men's category. Last night, she got into the semifinals of the women's competition after a straight sets win against Makeda Harden. However, Alex Arjun put an end to her run in the men's competition when he defeated her also in straight sets. In basketball,
Things are looking good for the Eagles and Colts in the Georgetown Amateur Basketball Association League Championships. Both teams picked up wins on Wednesday night when the competition continued at the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall. Guyana's under-19 cricket captain Bhaskar Yadram took the man of the series for the West Indies under-19 in their tour of South Africa. Yadram topped the batting, and when the series came down to the last over, he delivered with the ball as well. Goodbye.
The Ministry of Public Infrastructure is doing pile driving works at Houston and Eccles this weekend, so please take the necessary precautions when using these areas. The ministry apologizes for the inconvenience as they work to upgrade the nation's infrastructure. Thanks for watching. Connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Have a safe weekend. Daddy!